All right, let's dive right into the very beginning of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Now, you might think we'd start with the monster, or maybe even the doctor himself, but nope. We start with a letter, sent from the literal edge of the world. And this letter, it sets the stage for one of the greatest stories ever told about ambition. It all kicks off with this very first line.
How about that for an opener? Right away, you know a few things. First, our guy is on some kind of dangerous mission. Second, he's writing to someone who clearly cares about him. And third, that person, his sister, thinks this whole thing is a really, really bad idea. That sense of doom is baked in from the very first sentence.
So, who is this narrator? Well, his name is Robert Walton. He's this incredibly ambitious English explorer, and at this moment, he's writing from St. Petersburg in Russia. He's just about to head north, way up into the Arctic, on a massive journey of discovery. And these letters are his way of keeping his sister, Margaret, in the loop.
But why the Arctic? I mean, of all places. For Walton, you gotta understand, this isn't just about planting a flag. No, this is a deeply romantic quest. It's all fueled by this wild, fantastical vision of what he's convinced he's going to find at the North Pole.
He literally imagines the pole as a paradise, not a frozen wasteland. Just listen to the words he uses: beauty and delight, eternal light. The guy isn't just expecting to find a new trade route. He's expecting to find a kind of heaven on earth.
And here's what's so fascinating. He's not completely naive. He actually acknowledges reality. He knows deep down it's probably just a land of frost and desolation. But his imagination is so powerful that it just bulldozes right over the facts. It completely transforms this icy, lonely place into a land of endless wonder. And that right there, that's our first huge red flag about the dangerous power of ambition when it's left unchecked.
Okay, so beyond this dreamy vision of a sunny North Pole, what are his actual stated goals? What is he hoping to do that could possibly justify a trip this dangerous?
Well, he lays out a whole list. It starts with the personal stuff, satisfying his ardent curiosity, being the first human to ever set foot there. Then it gets a bit more scientific. He wants to figure out the secret of magnetism, make some observations of the stars. And then, the grand finale, he believes he can find a northern passage to Asia, which he claims will be an inestimable benefit for all of humanity. So, yeah, no pressure. Just personal glory, scientific breakthrough, and saving the world all in one trip. And you should know, this isn't just some crazy idea he had last week. Walton tells his sister that this quest has been his lifelong obsession. It all started when he was a kid, hiding out in his uncle's library, just devouring books about famous voyages of discovery.
But his path here wasn't exactly a straight line. As a young man, he took a detour. He tried to become a great poet, like Homer or Shakespeare. And in his own words, he admits, "You are well acquainted with my failure." So let's just say it did not go well. The key here is that after failing as an artist, he inherits a bunch of money and immediately pivots right back to his first love, exploration. That need to succeed is now 10 times stronger because of that sting of past failure.
Now, you might be thinking this guy is just some rich dreamer with a trust fund, but you'd be wrong. Walton understands that a dream this big requires massive sacrifice, and he has spent years preparing himself for this exact moment. 6 years. Just let that sink in for a second. For 6 years, when he could have been kicking back, living a life of total luxury, this one singular goal has consumed him. He's been getting ready for a journey that he knows very, very well could kill him. And his prep work it's just insane. He didn't just read books. He went on whaling expeditions into the North Sea on purpose, just to subject himself to cold, hunger, and sleep deprivation. He worked harder than the common sailors, and then spent his nights studying math, medicine, and science. It's like he was literally forging his body and mind into the perfect instrument for his ambition. This line right here, this is his whole philosophy. He could have had the easy life. He chose glory instead. This single-minded focus is what defines him. And it's this exact quality that's going to draw him to a mysterious stranger he's about to find stranded on the ice, a man named Victor Frankenstein. So, as he gets ready to leave for the final leg of his journey, Walton lays out the stakes for his sister in the clearest, most brutal terms possible. This is it. Talk about high stakes. There's no middle ground. He's basically saying, listen, sis, one of 3 things is going to happen. I'll be back in a few years as a hero, or I'll be back soon as a failure, or I won't be back at all. It is an all-or-nothing gamble, and he is betting his life.
And that's where the first letter leaves us. We've got Robert Walton, full of hope, absolutely burning with ambition, about to sail right off the edge of the map. His journey perfectly sets up the central question of the entire novel, a question that Victor Frankenstein is about to answer in the most horrifying way you can imagine. What is the true cost of chasing greatness into the unknown?